Welcome back. I'm Adam, functional bodybuilding coach and physical therapist. Today we're going to go through the upper body. We're going to start with a quick warm-up for the shoulders. We're going to move into some static stretching, then some activation for the shoulders, and we'll finish with a few wrist drills. So we're going to start with just a simple shoulder circle. Nice, slow, and control. As big a circle as you comfortably can. We're going to do about 5 on each side. So as I get to the top, I'm allowing my shoulder to rotate naturally. I reach back slightly, and then I bring it back to the front. With my opposite hand, I'm just keeping my hand on my rib cage just to pay attention to what my spine and rib cage are doing. I'm trying to keep it locked down as I just move the shoulder joint. I'm going to go a couple more on this side. One more. And then we're going to switch sides. So again, I place my hand on the rib cage just to pay attention to what my rib cage and spine are doing. See if I can really isolate that movement to the shoulder joint. Big circle, reaching back. We're going to do 5 on this side. And we're going to go one more. Okay, we're going to move into our first stretch. So we're going to get in the child's pose position. So I'm going to sit my butt back towards my heel. Arms are going to be in front of me. And then I'm going to move both of my arms to one side to stretch through this armpit region, through my lat. And we're going to hold that for a minute. I'm going to switch so you can see from straight on in my child's pose position. Hands come to the side. And then I lean into this armpit. Really pull through that lat. And in this position, just remember, big exhales, keep sinking into that armpit. If you can keep walking over to get a little bit more of a stretch, that's okay to do, especially as you keep exhaling and sinking deeper into this position. I'm going to go one more big exhale. Sinking deep into that armpit region. And then I'm going to switch sides. Same thing, I sit my butt back to my heel, bring my hands to the side, and I sink into that armpit region, pulling through that lat. If you're not sure where the lat is, just think of pulling through the whole side of your body, right? I want to pull all the way from the armpit region down towards my hip. Keep sinking into the stretch. One more big exhale. Sinking in. Perfect. Okay, so that was a stretch for the shoulder, primarily in through that lat and the side of the body. Now we're going to work the muscles on the back side of the shoulder. We're going to find a stretch to where you can really feel pulling through that back side of the shoulder. So we're going to stay in our child's pose position, butt towards the heel. We're going to reach the arm, or sorry, I should say we reach one arm through, and then now I'm leaning into this shoulder. I'm leaning into that shoulder that's going through, pulling all those muscles on the back side of the shoulder. And now I'm just gonna hang and stretch in this position. Same thing, really continue to try to exhale, push your body weight into that shoulder to feel the stretch through the back of the shoulder. Few more exhales. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. So both hands in the front, slide one arm through, and then lean into that shoulder. If the butt comes off the heels for this, so you can get a little bit more lean in that shoulder, totally fine. As long as you're getting that stretch through the back of the shoulder, sort of in the deltoid region. Big exhales. We'll go one more big exhale. Okay, so we're gonna go now just in our heel sit position, kneeling. If this position is uncomfortable, you can do this in a seated position as well, but one arm is gonna come over the top. I'm then gonna use my other arm to grab onto the elbow and pull myself deeper into this stretch position. Okay, we're gonna hold here about 30 seconds, trying to stretch, again, right through that armpit region. On this stretch, compared to the child's pose stretch, you may feel a little bit more up into the tricep, but we wanna aim to get some pulling through that armpit region. Okay, I'm gonna pull and hold. Today we're breaking out some of those classic gym class stretches. Again, still exhaling. As I exhale, seeing if I can pull my arm just a little farther. And then I'm going to switch sides. Okay, so again, arm reaches back. I'll show you this one from behind. Arm reaches back, and then I use the arm to pull deeper into that position. And one more exhale. Okay, next we're going to go similar stretch, or say at least similar position, but a little different intention. Now instead of the arm coming up over top, the arm is going to go back behind. I'm going to reach my arm up my back as high as I can. I'll show you this stretch from the back when I switch sides, but I'm going to reach that arm as high as I can, almost trying to touch my shoulder blades. I'm going to take my nose, point it to my opposite armpit, and then I'm going to use my hand to just pull my head down, stretching through the side of my neck here, a little bit through the front of the shoulder here. And again, we're going to hold for about 30 seconds on each side. I'm going to go one more exhale. Okay, I'll turn around so you can see this one from behind. Again, I'm going to bring my arm up as high as I can. I can even use my other hand to kind of help me into position here. I'm going to pull my nose towards the opposite shoulder and then give a little bit of push with my other hand. Okay, arms should be nice and loose, shoulders should be nice and loose. we're going to go through a couple activation drills for the shoulder from our prone position. So on the stomach, our first one is going to be arms down at the side, lifting straight up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to hold, contracting those muscles on the back side of my shoulder. I'm holding for about 5 seconds, and then I'm bringing them back down. Okay, we're just going to do 3 reps before our next position. Hold for 5 seconds as hard as you comfortably can, and then bring it back down. One more, raise up as high as you comfortably can and holding as strong as you can. Good. So that was our I position. We're going to move into our T position, arms straight up to the side. Same thing, I'm going to lift them away from the floor, holding as hard as I can, working that back side of the shoulder. So I'm going to lift up, away from the floor. I'm going to hold 5 seconds, holding as hard as I can, and then bring it back down. We're going to do 2 more reps. Lift up and hold. And we're going 1 more. Lift up and hold. Great. So now we're going to go into our Y position. So arms come forward. Again, I'm not straight up in front of me. I'm at a little bit of an angle here. I'm going to lift my palms away from the floor, and I'm going to try to hold in that position without shrugging my ears towards my shoulder, shrugging my shoulders up towards my ear. So again, I lift off, I hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding as high as I can in that position. Again, not letting the shoulder shrug up. Number 2, hold, 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 and back down. And we'll go 1 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, we're going to do 1 more from this prone position. For this one, the arms are going to start behind the back, like so. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades back, and then I'm going to bring my arms around, keeping them as far away from the floor as I can, and then bringing them back to that behind the back position. Okay? Again, we're working those muscles on the back side of the shoulder, contracting them hard to keep it away from the floor. So again, allowing the shoulder to rotate naturally, keep them away from the ground, and then I bring it back. Okay, 1 more. And finish all the way behind the back. Perfect. Okay, so loosened up my shoulders a little bit, activated that back side of the shoulder. We're going to do a little wrist stretch now. Okay, so first wrist stretch, we're going to go into extension. So I'll show you from the side. I'm going to turn my hands around, and then I'm just going to lean my body weight back until I feel a good stretch through these forearm muscles. If this stretch is too intense for you, you can always do it on a wall. Same idea, just put my hands upside down, push my weight into the wall just as much as I comfortably can. We're going to hold for about a minute. Again, exhaling even in this position, even when we're working on the wrist. Feels good and you feel like you can get farther, and just keep walking that butt back, leaning your body weight back more. And awesome. Now we're going to go same thing. We're just going to flip the hands around. So hands come around so that the palms are facing up. And now I'm going to lean back until I feel a little stretch through this side of my forearm. Okay, again, we're going to hold about a minute. Still exhaling. Sinking into the stretch again, moving your butt a little bit farther back if you can. Okay, just shake the wrists out for a second, and then we're just gonna finish off with a few yoga push-ups, okay? So from our plank position, like so, we're gonna move the butt up into our down dog. I'm gonna hold just for a few seconds, making sure I'm really pushing through the floor. And then I'm gonna switch to my cobra position, like so. Get that chest up, still pushing through the ground, not being lazy through my shoulders. And then again, right back to my down dog position. Back to my cobra position. Keep pushing through the shoulders and through the hands. And we're gonna go one more in each position. Down dog. And back to cobra to finish. Okay, there's a nice little upper body mobility session for you, primarily focusing on the shoulders and the wrists. If you want to loosen up the shoulders and wrists even a little bit more, get a little bit more activation or work through the back side of the shoulder, you can go through that same sequence one more time.